I feel it's important we open this video with a 2L. I gotta confess, I just recorded 10 minutes of this video and then I realized my microphone was muted. So we're gonna open with that. Today we're gonna be talking about the upcoming EZA for the Ultimate Gohan. We've already learned what the unit can do. Everybody is already losing their minds. All we are trying to do now is simply wait for the unit to arrive, which is going to be happening very late tomorrow night, May 8th at 1 a.m. basically, as it becomes May 8th for me. So that's going to be like late night May 7th. I will most likely go live on the channel. There might be one thing that prevents me, but regardless of that, today we're going to be talking about what the event is going to look like. We're going to talk about hidden potential recommendations, teams, and stuff like that to get you ready for the action. 34 Dragon Stones coming up for this event, and then a couple more Dragon Stones for the intensifying fights. Both of those events are going to be dropping within 2 hours of each other. So without further ado, let's jump in and take a look again at what the Gohan can do. And actually, you know what? Before we do that, today's random subscriber challenge that I don't ever really do all that much, but people have occasionally asked, is for you guys to follow me on Twitter, and then you need to respond. I mean, you can either do so in the comments of this video, or you could respond to my tweet where I tweeted out this. Now the chain battle is over, what do you think they should put in the spare space? When I talk about that, I'm talking about like when you click on events, it shows all of the different events that you have here, right? So it shows the two main ones up here, quest, all these things. And then what are they going to put down here? Because now the chain battle's done, there's no reason to click on that. So is that going to forever just be an empty spot, or is there going to be something else coming in there? So let me know your crazy theories, or maybe a meme, or if you want to just like Photoshop over this, feel free. I want to know what you guys have to say. So I look forward to seeing your tweets, or maybe just your comments on this video. Now that being said, let's jump in. Let's remind everybody what this ridiculous force of nature can do. Let me once again reiterate that if you don't have this character, you must have this character by the end of this celebration through either coins or your blue dragon stone if you pick that up. This unit is that good. This unit has been around quite a bit, but it's a matter of getting this character in the hands of all players who play the game. This is like the Bulma. When the LR Bulma first came out, or I guess first came back, that was one of those must-have characters. This is a must-have this is like the starter Pokemon you cannot live without. So this guy is very, very good. This is a Hybrid Saiyan's Savior's lead 170%, Ki plus 3 stats 158, plus an additional defense plus 58%, and reduces damage received by 30% for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. This is such a valuable asset that this makes the unit all the more complete. Launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Launches another additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, starting from the turn in which the character performs the third attack in battle. Guards all attacks, plus an additional attack plus 58% within the same turn, and an additional attack plus 58% for 3 turns when guard is activated, which is always. You will be forever greatly raising attack and defense and causing immense damage and lowering attack. In order to transform, that can only happen on turn 5. When you transform, some argue this is the lesser of the two forms, which I think a lot of people will agree. This unit now multiplicatively greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, causes immense damage with a great chance to stun. Ki plus 3 stats 258, guards all attacks, launches an additional super attack, plus an additional attack plus 58% for the rest of the battle, and attacks effective against all types within the same turn when guard is activated. Performs a critical hit when facing only one enemy whose HP is 58% or more, or when there's a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. When would you ever want to use this character as opposed to the base form? There probably are not too many instances where that would be the case, other than what they depict here for like the guaranteed crit and things like that. But I like to kind of think of this as an optional finishing move. So if you find yourself at the end of an event, you've worked hard to get there, you're at the peak, right? At the pinnacle, and you want to just end with style, you could switch to this guy and have him go crazy. I feel like that's probably going to be one of the more popular options for the character. In general, you do lose one of your abilities to super. I think is probably the main detriment to this one, but you lose that, but you make up for it with guaranteed crit in certain conditions, and you also get attacks effective against all types. Since the recommended build for this character is to go full additional, the rest is really just up to your preference. Are you going to be going for a unit that can do as much damage as possible? Are you going for a unit that can tank as much as possible? It really just depends on what you want to do. Let me now show you what I have for my build on the character. This is my build right here. So originally he had max additional balanced critical. I never changed the critical, sort of like what I did with the tech exchange That unit has remained what it was before. I simply just built on top of it with some skill orbs. Finally, I have been able to unleash my chain battle skill orbs. When I say chain battle skill orbs, I mean the ones that provide the stat boost. Those were always very valuable and highly coveted in boosting up your support lines, which is why some of you who are on my friends list may have noticed an even better bump when it comes to your score. It was because of this. So I have now been able to use these, and I've decided to give all of them to the Gohan because I just think the Gohan is that good. Now, as far as the additional stat, some would argue that defense is better, and I do agree in terms of longevity. If you focus on defense, insane stat building, greatly raising attack and defense, plus guard all the time, defense will make you far tankier. The problem is, for me personally, when it comes to adding the additionals in here, if I want to throw in defense, that only comes with dodge. I don't care about dodge, to be honest. You have 1 turn of extra cushioning, and after that 1 turn, you're going to be stacking enough anyway. I don't think that you necessarily need it, but I think everybody can agree, no matter if you want to throw on extra crit or dodge, the #1 priority is to focus on maximum additional. Stacking is the most important thing for this character. The sooner you stack, the sooner you unlocked all the abilities, the sooner you can get to extreme levels, and that's all that matters. So let me know in the comments what your hit potential recommendation is for this character. Are you going to go full dodge to give this unit better initial protection, or are you going to focus on additional? If you do not want to do the additional route, then dodge would be the next best thing, because crit is taken care of when you transform. But again, it's a style choice. It depends on who you are. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If I decide I want to change from the attack boost to the defense boost, then I would probably maybe throw on like a +7 defense booster and then make these like combo skill orbs for additionals and dodge, or I don't know, maybe even an additional and this. Keep in mind that this is actually going to be very effective. So a little pro tip, if you have these recovery boosting orbs, those are also going to be very nice. After a couple of turns, this guy's heal factor is going to be insane. So whenever you pick up matching orbs, he's going to heal you so much. So that is also something to consider. Now, that being said, let's take a look at the event itself. So this is a standard 30 event stage. Wait, what? 30 stage event. And that means 1 Dragonstone obtained per stage, with the extra 4 Dragonstones coming from the time attack related missions at the end. So that's a total of 34 Dragonstones. The category of weakness is Worldwide Chaos. In the TUR EZA, in the conventional Extreme Z Battle format, the category both enhances your offense and your defense. For the LR EZAs, it's all about that legendary power link. Here, it's just the category. So if you've got characters that are in the Worldwide Chaos category, you will be able to tank and you will be able to do additional damage. If you don't have too many units that are able to do a whole lot of damage, focus more on the tanking. Now, as far as who you should bring, he does gain 80% damage reduction against all superclass characters. So bring bad guys. That's basically the point, which makes sense. Worldwide Chaos. Fun fact, actually, Worldwide Chaos has 1 superclass character in the category. Can you guess who it is? Can you? Can you? Let me show you. Worldwide Chaos, super type. What? If you're wondering who this is the SSR version of the LR Zamasu Goku Black. Isn't that weird? Weird, right? But yeah, that's the only one. So don't bring good guys unless you have no choice. If you are going to bring somebody, they should probably be a decent tank or someone who has crazy dodge. You will instead be focusing on bad guys. Worldwide Chaos consists of basically Cell, Goku Black, and Majin Buu. In terms of category leads, you have some nice options right here. You got the Fusion Zamasu. If you don't have that character, you can always just run the Tech Androids. They lead Worldwide Chaos at 170%, and they hold a very useful ability of being able to basically Ghost Usher the opponent. So if you need a turn or two to do some stat boosting or rotation fixing, this character will be very useful. If you run double androids, that gives you double Ghost Ushers. You don't get to use items during this event, so this is a very useful thing. And then of course the Fusion Zamasu LR. So as far as our teams, let's start with the obvious. If you were to run the Tech LR Fusion Zamasu or the androids, let's assemble a team right there. So where is my lead? So this is 200%. I'm gonna bring all the Future Saga, baby. Goku Black, and Demon King. Well, he's not Future Saga, but Demon King Piccolo. And then, oh yeah, it's the right. It is the EZA. So we are simulating this on the Extreme Z Battle. The importance of this is that you cannot use the same name update. It does not apply. And I always forget that when I'm assembling a team. So that is why this guy cannot be run. Very annoying, I know, but let's bring LR Rose, Int TUR Goku Black. Cell is good. Demon King Piccolo is fantastic. The new Boo works. Don't worry about this arrow thing. This is another event that I'm using. And then at this point, let's just say you don't have any more characters, right? You want to bring somebody else. If you don't have any more Worldwide Chaos units, you could just go Int in general and see what you come up with. If there's anybody here on Int that could be useful, maybe you summon on the support banners or something like that, that could give your other units more efficiency, more consistency, and that might help you get through it. Maybe Janemba, who has the ability to dodge, or better yet, I feel like this is going to be a fun little challenge. Throw in Chile if you have that. So there is one team build right there. Of course, if you don't have that LR, like I said, you could always go back and use the androids. So double androids is more than enough. Androids, Kid Buu, Cell, Zamasu, and Demon King Piccolo Elder. This is the World Tournament free-to-play unit. This unit actually can do some work. So yeah, there's another squad right there. And then for the LR Fusion Zamasu, it's the same exact thing. If none of those leader skills exist in your box, well, then try to find the common denominator when it comes to the other options. Cell, Buu, and Goku Black. What do they have in common? Well, one is that you could look at power absorption. Goku Black doesn't have that, but power absorption does apply to the Buu and the Cells. So let's do that. Worldwide Chaos plus power absorption. That is the 170% leader skill of the AGL transforming cell. So that gives us Int Cell. That gives us Int Buhan. Then we get AGL Super Buu if you have the character. Maybe you don't. Maybe let's throw on Exchange Buu. And then who are some other older characters? Oh, Buu Tanks. Buu Tanks will be great for this. Buu Tanks is really, really strong. Throw on Buu Tanks, and then let's throw on this guy. Skinny Buu, Slim Jim Buu. This is an ancient character. This unit has a high chance to dodge against a Majin Buu Saga enemy, which the Gohan is. Don't forget, Gohan is from Majin Buu. So this guy will do extra nice. Plus I gave him maximum dodge. What are some other team builds that we can use here? Transformation Boost works, so let's do that. Worldwide Chaos and Transformation Boost. What do we get? With the Transforming Buu, we throw on Buu Tanks again. Kid Buu. Yep. Kid Buu works. Cell works. See how easy that is? Can we do Android Cell Saga Worldwide Chaos? This might be tougher, I feel like, for a lot of people, because you probably just need to have all the different... Actually, no, this won't be too hard. 180% leader skill with double cell, so this can be your lead and the friend lead. Then you throw on the tech androids for an easy one-turn delay, times 2 if you bring this as the friend unit. This would actually work perfectly under this leader skill. This would bump up your leader skill by 10%. 180% plus the friend unit being 170. That would be very, very nice. You'll throw on Cell for some healing. You could throw on double free-to-play androids, because these units thrive off of fighting a hybrid Saiyans category character. So the tech and the STR Android 1718 are going to be really good for this. So those two can fit in quite nice. And then another Cell, second form Cell. This is actually a great team. I might run something like this for the free-to-play. I think I should try free-to-play. You know what? Let me look up free-to-play. So let's do Worldwide Chaos one more time. But I'm going to switch to free-to-play. Uh-oh. Yeah, that doesn't look so good. Time Travelers? Time Travelers could work. Let's try that. Time Travelers, Worldwide Chaos. Ugh. I mean, yeah, it does work. Kind of. Ugh. Okay. I don't know if I like that one. You know, lately, I know this is not good to admit, but I'm just being honest. I don't know, I kind of just don't feel as motivated to do these free-to-play challenges anymore like I used to. It's not the same. Artificial life forms, maybe? Let's try that. Artificial life forms and Worldwide Chaos. Okay, all right. You guys get the idea. So if you don't have the main 170% lead for this category, since it is kind of a fresh category, there are other ways to work through it. There are other means to facilitate a good lead. Majin Power, Power Absorption. Extreme class, I mean, you just bring fusions. Oh, no, that's a good one right there. Transforming Zamasu covers you easily. That gives you a net all 130% leader skill for extreme class, and then the friend lead can cover the rest. So that right there is your ticket to running the entire event. And this unit is an amazing tank. Even though you have type disadvantage, first of all, you're Worldwide Chaos, but secondly, you get regen, you get some nice stacking once you go fusion Zamasu. So hopefully one of these team builds can help you put your squad together and you guys can tackle the event. This is going to be a lot of fun. It is 100% worth it, because in the end, Ultimate Gohan will reign supreme as the best unit in history. the king returns. Yeah, this is the team that I made before I started making the video, and I forgot about the same name thing. But Tech Gohan, the king, that is going to be a transcendent EZA. So hopefully you guys are on board, you have the unit, and you are ready to experience true hype. Global players are going to be going into the 9-year anniversary with this monster, along with Gotenks, Exchange Boo, STR Kefla, Super Vegeta. We are so... Global is cooking. Dokkan is cooking, sure, but Global is cooking. I cannot wait to see how people handle some of these like challenge events coming up during the 9-year anniversary that some of the JP players were struggling with, like artificial life forms. I could not stop hearing about that event. Never looked into what the event was itself, but I knew that it was an artificial life form based category challenge. Now that we've got all of these new artificial life form characters, like all these just new EZAs, global players are gonna be like, yeah, so what was so tough about this? Huh? Anyway, get hyped. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on the Gohan EZA. How do you build a hit of potential? Are you going for critical as the remainder, or are you going for dodge? Are you focusing on maximum dodge? What team do you have ready for the event? And how many dragon stones will you have after you add 40, right? 5 dragon stones for the, I think it's at least like 7, but we're just gonna add 6. So if you add 6 plus 34, that's 40. That's how much stones we're getting that night for the 2 events. So if you add 40 stones to your stone count, how much do you get? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.